Okay, so we have a question about this question 7 from chapter 3, and it's figuring out a right-handed coordinate system. So the way that you tell what a right-handed coordinate system is like this, that you can point your fingers in the direction of x, and then you bend your fingers in the direction of y, and then your thumb points in the direction of z. So x, y, z. That's how I do it. There are other ways you can do this, different orders, etc. But that's the way that I find most helpful. And the order matters. You have to do x and then y and then z. And those three directions are all at right angles to each other. So you get 3 dimensions. And if you can do that, if you can put your fingers in the x direction and then curl your fingers in the y direction and your thumb is pointing in the z direction, that means you have a right-handed coordinate system. And my recording might be thinking that I'm giving a thumbs up, so you might get some thumbs up that pop up. But that's not really what I'm doing. I'm just showing what a right-handed coordinate system is. And so we look at this, so for example, A, chapter 3, question 7a. The way that I would do this, right, so keep in mind, by the way, like the y direction that they're showing, that y direction, so I'm doing this on an iPad, that y direction is actually out of the page, right? That's the positive y direction. So here's what I would be doing. X is to the left, so you get maneuver here. X is to the left, y is up and out of the page, and z is towards the top of the page. And that's what happens with my hand, right? X to the left, y is out of the page, z is towards the top of the page. And so that is a right-handed coordinate system. Because watch what happens when I do it with my left hand. It gets a little tricky. So x is to the left, y would be into the page, right? So y is out of the page. So x to the left, y out of the page. And then notice now z is pointing towards, my thumb is pointing towards the bottom of the page, which is not what this is. So this is not a left-handed coordinate system, it's a right-handed coordinate system. Right? So A works. A is a right-handed coordinate system. Try it for question B. Here, x is towards the left, y is towards the bottom of the page, and z is out of the page. And that's what my hand is doing, right? X, y, z, and z is coming out of the page. It's two-dimensional sheet, and you're trying to show 3 dimensions. So that's why that diagonal, we have to use that to show into and out of the page. And that works. But again, let's show this with the left hand. X is towards the left, y is towards the bottom of the page, and z, my thumb, ends up pointing into the page, which is not what is here in problem B, in question B. And so B is a right-handed coordinate system. It's not a left-handed coordinate system. C, again, same idea. X, Y, Z. This one's easy. X is towards the top of the page. Y is to the left of the page. So X, Y, Z. And that works. That's a right-handed coordinate system also. So A, B, and C are all right-handed coordinate systems. D looks like this. So X here is into the page. So I point my fingers down into the page. And then Y is towards the bottom of the page. So I'm curling my fingers to the bottom of the page. And then Z is to the left of the page. And that works. That's what my right hand does. That's what is shown here for D, and so I get a right-handed coordinate system. But watch, again, just to show the contrast, try it with your left hand. X is into the page. Y is towards the bottom, so X curl to the bottom of the page. And then my thumb is pointing to the right, but that's not what's here, right? Z is pointing to the left of the page. Okay, E. So here, I have X towards the top of the page, so I'm doing this. And then Y is to the right. And notice my thumb is pointing down. But here, the Z is pointing out of the page. And so E is, it turns out, the only one that is not a right-handed coordinate system. Okay. And then we follow the same system for F. X comes out of the page, right? Bend my arm here. X coming out of the page, Y to the right of the page, and then Z is towards the top of the page. That works. That is a right-handed coordinate system. So you can see that when you're doing this, when you're trying to evaluate these problems, you've really got to use your hands. And you've got to get good at this, you can do my system, X, Y, Z, right? Point your fingers initially in the X direction, curl in the Y direction, you get thumb in the Z direction. Again, there are other systems. Just find one that works for you and make sure you use your hands. Don't try to just imagine it all in your head, like sitting there imagining what your hand would do. Just do the process with your hands. You'll look funny, but the goal is not to look cool. It's to understand this stuff and get the questions correct. So I hope that helps. Again, if you have any other questions, you can put questions in the chat below. Check out the other resources at the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe.